Okay.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Ali. Today we are talking about the one, the only, the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. I know. I as soon as I made my last video about Jujutsu Kaisen, I knew I had to make a video once the Crunchyroll Anime Awards came out, and here we are. I have some words. I have not actually looked at any of the winners yet. I thought I'd do a little bit of a reaction and kind of a rant about it because I have some words. So let's jump into it. I'm gonna skip all of the best voice actor like performance ones just because like everything in this is subjective, but like those like really are subjective. I may take like a quick look at them, but like honestly, all in all, I feel like all voice actors who get hired do a good job. I like really we're in an age where like I haven't really seen any really bad voice actors dub or sub, really. So they may not be suited for the role that they're in, but I never think that like, oh, they're a bad voice actor. So I'm gonna skip those categories. First up, let's start with best film, which went to Demon Slayer. Out of Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't see any of the other movies. The Demon Slayer movie outsold. It just outsold. Let's be honest. The rest of these movies, other than Belle, I didn't even know were coming out this year. So I don't know what to tell you. A Demon Slayer movie outsold. It outsold. Literally outsold. We had to go. I remember me and my friend when we went to go see that movie in like 2020. We had to. Was it 2021? No, it was 2020, right? I don't even remember. But we had to like drive like out of the way to go find an AMC in Richmond to watch this movie because and I cried. Anyway, next we have best comedy, in which goes to Komi Can't Communicate. That has been all over my timeline lately. Like this and what was the other one? Odd Taxi. No comment. Honestly, for most of these, I'm glad it was one that like is new. That's all I can say, because a lot of these other animes like Miss Kobayashi, I watched my friend watch Miss Kobayashi. It's a funny and decent show. I'm just glad like new stuff is winning, which is a theme we'll see here in a bit. Like I already know that there are some animes that really shouldn't have won and we should let the new stuff win. Like I get that. I get that. So I'm glad that like in this category at least we let some of the new stuff win. The time I got reincarnated as a slime won best fantasy. No. I am not the biggest isekai fan, so I will leave my comments to this. As I said in a Twitter space very recently, last night for a fact actually, isekais are the anime version of self-insert fan fiction. Take that as you will. Ranking of Kings probably should have won though. This is fan voted at the end of the day, so take that as you will. Like a lot of people get mad when certain animes win, but it's like it's fan voted. Like personally, I think the categories should be more specific. Newer anime, new comedy, new, like we should have a subsection that is new, and then have new anime, new comedy, new, and then have returning anime, returning comedy, etc., etc., etc. Because like I feel like the time I got reincarnated as a slime should be in like the returning section, and then something like Return of Kings should be in the new section. Does that make sense? I feel that way about a lot of a different award shows, not just anime. But this is definitely one of them where I'm just like, did it win because everybody liked it, or did it win because it's a staple, you know? Oh, here we go. Best action. We have Jujutsu Kaisen, the second season of Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm surprised it won over Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer. Very surprised. But I feel like Jujutsu Kaisen, I could go on for days about Jujutsu Kaisen, but I feel like Jujutsu Kaisen did deserve that. The battles in that are more than just physical, like they're also mental. I feel like you can say that about a lot of shonen, but specifically Jujutsu Kaisen, like everything is like interlocking with each other and everything tells a story. I believe that don't come for my life, but I do think that Jujutsu Kaisen is more poetic in that way, if that makes sense, of its fights and stuff, and every fight is emotional as fuck. Like, even more emotional than, like, Demon Slayer. And Demon Slayer is emotional because, you know, they be the demon sob story every 5 seconds, but, like, especially with Mugen Train arc though, like there wasn't as much of a sob story there, so maybe that's it. But definitely Jujutsu Kaisen, like it's more emotional, and it deals more with emotions on like a personal level than a sympathetic level, if that makes sense. Like I feel sympathy for the demons when they tell their life story, but with Jujutsu Kaisen I feel more like, oh, I can relate. The emotions and the feelings and stuff that they are talking about, I can directly relate to these. Even though I don't have the amazing powers that they have, I can still relate to the emotions that they're talking about during this fight, and I feel like that's what makes it like really cool and really important. And of course the animation is god tier, but you know. Best romance is Horiyama over Beastars and Fruits Basket. Look, I haven't watched Horiyama yet, and I know y'all are gonna be like, oh, Allison, go watch Horiyama, it's so good, it's so good. But Fruits Basket, this is why it's like we need to have separate categories for new and old, because Fruits Basket, I know Fruits Basket technically isn't old per se because they remade it, but I feel like it deserves its own category because it's fucking Fruits Basket. Whereas like Horiyama is newer, it's not super new, but it's newer than definitely Fruits Basket, and even like Beastars on here, where I feel like those categories should maybe be separate of like, oh, returning anime that maybe are ongoing. Like I would put Fruits Basket in that category. Sorry to all you Horiyama stands, but I really wanted Fruits Basket to win. Okay, best fight scene went to Yuji Itadori and Aoi Todo versus Hanami in Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. Absolutely. Once again, I'm very surprised that they won against Eren versus the Warhammer Titan, because that was a scene. That was a fucking scene. But I think, like I said, the emotional like stuff with it that comes with that like scene with Yuji and Todo, like that scene was emotional in so many levels, because it just when I can relate to something in a show that's not even closely like the plot, I can never relate to. Like you're never gonna relate to Jujutsu Kaisen on a like plot level, like them beating demons and shit. You're never gonna well, I mean, maybe. I don't know about your inner demons and shit. But when they fight and they talk, it is so realistic. Like, the dialogue is so realistic. Like, it's so, like, these are actual problems that I deal with on a day-to-day basis. And no, when I solve them, I'm not going to get a power boost and suddenly be able to do that. But I will, like, you know, believe in myself again. I will get past whatever is clogging me down. And I love that, like, so much. I love that when the fights are, like, mental, and the mental block is what's keeping you from, like, I said that in my last video about about Demon Slayer, where all of like the real blocks in terms of getting stronger is mental, where I feel like Attack on Titan doesn't have that, because that's not what Attack on Titan is about, which like we need to talk about, because I love Attack on Titan and it's considered a shonen, but it's so different in a good way than like battle shonens out there. Like, yes, Attack on Titan is a battle shonen, but it's just so different, like character wise, plot wise, it's so different than like your typical shonen battle anime, that I just can't really compare the two. Like, I really, when someone asks me like compare Attack on Titan or Jujutsu Kaisen, like I can't do it. Like, I don't feel like I can compare the two, because they're not comparable on that level. Like, they're two separate levels. Like, Attack on Titan I feel like is more like political, almost political drama like centric, really, and it just has fight scenes in it, kind of like, you know, I don't know, Game of Thrones or something, or The Witcher. You know, it's more political drama with, you know, fights strewn about in it for action's sake. Whereas I feel like obviously Jujutsu Kaisen and like Demon Slayer, they're battle animes first, and then like any other type of genre, secondary genre second. Best antagonist went to Eren Yeager. Oh my god. I'm glad we can all agree. I'm glad we can all agree, though. Kisaki is up there, though. Kisaki, I don't know if I voted for Kisaki or if I voted for Eren Yeager, or if I voted for Adam, because Adam is a little, he's weird. But Eren, yeah. And who won Best Protagonist? Oh, we finally got an Odd Taxi win. I thought Eren Yeager was gonna win. It would have been funny if Eren won both Best Protagonist and Best Antagonist. That would have been fucking hilarious. But I'm, you know, obviously glad that Odd Taxi gets something. Like, I hear about Odd Taxi all the time, so I'm glad that like they won something. Antagonist going to Eren. Yeah, See, that's again with the show. Attack on Titan is so complicated at this point, like in a good way. Like it's great, like, but it's so complicated at this point that it's just like people will fight you. Where like, is he an antagonist? Is he not an antagonist? Like, what's going on here? But like, I definitely agree. I definitely agree that he is definitely a fucking antagonist. Best character design goes to Jujutsu Kaisen. Exactly. I don't people, when stuff gets popular, people will call it overhyped, right? Go watch my Demon Slayer video. They will call it overhyped just because it's popular. But like,
you know what? I'm about to say it.
Jujutsu Kaisen is one of those that doesn't have enough hype. I think I'm just gonna have to say that until the day that I die. I do not think Jujutsu Kaisen has enough hype around it. And that's again, I'm reading the manga. The manga is ongoing. I'm reading it right now, and that is why. Please go read the manga. If you like Jujutsu Kaisen even remotely and you're caught up on go read the manga. I am begging you, bro. Like, I don't know how like well it's going to. I hope it translates really well. It's translated really well so far in terms of the manga to anime, but shit, when I tell you like emotional damage, more emotional than like characters dying and all that like shit. It goes a step further in that emotion. It's like, okay, a character died. It's like, oh no, a character died. But like, it goes a step further with that emotion and shit like that. So please go read it. Best girl went to Norabara. Let's go. I would have also taken Ohoto. I would have taken her too. But Norabara, come on, best girl. I am a manga reader. Please, best girl. As she deserves. As she fucking deserves. Norabara. Ooh. Ooh. Best boy went to Boji. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. When I voted for the Anime Awards, when I voted, I didn't know what ranking of Kings was at the time. So I didn't know who Boji was, so I didn't vote for him. But I'm so glad he won now. I'm so glad he won. Especially, I think I might have voted for Draken. I think I might have voted for Draken, but I'm glad Boshi won. Best boy. I'm so glad that he won. Thank you. Best ending sequence, Demon Slayer Mugen Train arc. I didn't watch the anime. Like, I didn't watch the weekly anime, so I don't know exactly what the ending was. Versus Skate the Infinity should have won. What? Hello? Palm trees, swaying. But the emotions that get instilled in me when fucking Skate the Infinity's ending comes up. Now, maybe this is just me because I'm a skater and I love that aesthetic and stuff like that. I am a skater, but like, how do you not feel like a certain type of way in a certain type of season when you watch that ending? No, I'm gonna have to give it to Skate the Infinity on this one. No, sorry, Demon Slayer, I love you. Here's the one that's really about to get me. Best opening sequence, Attack on Titan, season 4 part 1 opening. Yes. Yeah. Crybaby was also a really good one for Tokyo Revengers, but the feeling you got when you listened to the opening for Attack on Titan for the first part of the last season, come on now, it was insane. This tonal shift that happened between the like third season, the 1 through 3, and then like this 4th season is insane. And if you watch Attack on Titan, you know, like, or even if you read Attack on Titan, like the tonal shift, they did a really good job showing that and also conveying that through the song. Every single episode, every week you were there, and you, like, when that song came on, you didn't skip it. It's no skips. You did not skip that opening, and you were sitting there because you're like, this is what I'm about to get myself into. It was preparing you. Absolutely. Best animation went to Demon Slayer. Outsold. We already knew. I don't even have to look at the rest of these people. We already know. It's Demon Slayer. I don't know what Ufotable is fucking eating over there. I don't know what they're fucking eating. I don't know what they're doing, but like, keep doing it. As long as you're not like, you know, overworked and underpaid. But keep fucking doing it. This is a no-brainer. If Demon Slayer didn't win, I would be very confused. Because at this point, half of y'all want to be like, I'm only watching it for the animation. Okay. What's your point? Exactly, you're watching it for the animation. Give it its dues. Next. And lastly, we have Anime of the Year. The nominees were Odd Taxi, Ranking of Kings, Sunny Boy, Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan Season 4 Part 1, and 86. I don't know if it's meant to say twice. I think I voted for Jujutsu Kaisen, or did I vote for Attack on Titan? I voted for one of the two. And Attack on Titan won. Absolutely. Makes sense. Makes sense. It just makes sense. Like, come on now. This is fan voted. If you are upset, understand that these are fan voted, and I am with you on being upset. At this point, anime awards, award shows in general are getting so pointless because there's just so much anime and there's so much good shit that it just deserves its dues. Half of the animes on there, Odd Taxi, Wonder Egg Priority, like Skate the Infinity, they deserved their dues. They did. They deserve their dues. And yet I feel like some of them, especially Wonder Egg Priority and Skate the Infinity, were not given their dues. And it's like, why? And it's literally just because this is fan voted. There's only so many categories, which is why I'm like, if we're gonna continue with award shows and stuff like that, like, I feel like there definitely needs to be like more categories. We need to have like returning, we need to have ongoing, returning, and new. Like, I feel like we need to separate those so that those newer anime that maybe or not as popular but still really fucking good and deserve like awards like Odd Taxi still get the awards that they deserve. Of course, this is a Crunchyroll Anime Awards. It's just a community thing. It's not that serious. It's not the fucking Oscars, but it's like still, I think those things like deserve an award. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion on it.
That's my opinion!
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. It is the middle of the day. I don't usually record videos like this in the middle of the week, but I wanted to get this video up the Friday after the Crunchyroll Anime Awards happened. So, like, excuse me if this looks a little weird because I really wanted to get my reactions and stuff. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to follow me on any of social media down below. My DMs are fucking open. Let's talk, let's chat. I am in a bunch of Discords. If you find me, my name is Ali Dreamer pretty much everywhere. So if you catch me in like the Anime Homies Discord or something, like, you know, hit me up, like, let's talk. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.